So Christianity existed in Africa before the Saharan slave trade and before the Europeans invaded Africa. That's the first thing I was gonna say. Then the second thing is like the Bible
I
and the
agree with
Quran
you.
are very different. Like the violence in the Bible was in the Old Testament, but there was a reason for it. The reason for it was because fire was coming down from heaven and these people could see signs. So when you could see signs, the punishment for disobedience was harsher, you know? So like, for example, let's say fire came down from heaven and the fire was speaking to you and the fire told you to do certain things. If you disobeyed, then you knew this was Almighty God that was talking to you and you were fully choosing to disobey him. So the consequences had to be severe then.
Everyone wants to hide behind, yeah? It looks good on camera. Allah Akbar. It looks good on camera. Praise Jesus. It looks good on camera. But bro, none of that fools me personally to your mental illness.
Straight.
I hear that.
Because
don't tell me about what...
I'm with you on that.
Like, I respect what you did. And I think that sound, when you put in what is not well written about our people, and yet our people are burning our own people in rights of that.
yes.
Right? So
Imagine. The slave master.
Yeah.
He's on a plantation.
Yeah.
He's got black people as slaves.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit.
And I'm gonna kill another black person in the name of the slave master that had black people as his slaves.
Bro,
But that's
Bro,
what
am I stupid?
great point.
Am I dumb?
I think.
Great point.
And didn't I say to you that I've seen this before?
I totally agree.
Yeah, house nigga, field nigga. I've seen this all before. This is not new to me.
And Marcus, it goes back to what I was saying. We got a caller. We're going to agree with you in just a second.
Thank you for holding the call up.
Just 5 minutes. It goes back to what I was saying about the music thing. Remember, who is designing the elevator to take people to the top? Why are we not focused on the person who is creating all of this madness in the first place? Like, let's be
Because,
real.
bro,
because that's what I said to you before, Adi. Yeah, is that the bottom line is right. There's always going to be somebody. There's always a scammer.
yes.
You're never going to get away from the scammer, right?
fair enough.
So you need to go to your people. Oi,
Say, listen.
oi, fam, you're going to go out there and get scammed again today.
Bro, do you know what the saying is?
Is that what you're going to do?
You're
You're going to
know
go
what
and
the
get
saying
scammed
is?
again?
Religion started when the first fool and the first scammer got together, bruv. That's what they say. That's when religion started. When the first fool and the first scammer realized he was a fool, that's when religion started.
And do you know what? Do you know what it is? I don't want. One thing that I think people overlook, they think that just black people got scammed by religion.
Yeah, everyone got scammed by everyone that follows it got scammed by it.
Bro, white. I want to say this statement so our white audience or European audience understand this. White women were also getting burnt at the stake
for being witches.
Hundreds of years for just saying this herb and that herb works. Like that was it. Like and what do they call them? Not preachers. Back then it was
priests.
The priests. Were like, thee of Satan. Burn at the stake. They weren't playing, bro. So let's not act like just black people suffered from it. The people in Arabia, and this is another thing, because people want to act like parts of so-called Arabia now, which Persia before, was like, didn't have their own belief systems. Islam went round in those areas and said, anybody who believes in other gods,
you're finished.
Bro, you're getting moved to.
You're finished.
And I've never seen a religion, a Cerberus religion.
Cerberus. We haven't even gone into Cerberus yet.
We haven't gotten into Cerberus, but you guys will learn about it one day. But what I'm saying is,
in Greek mythology, Cerberus, often referred to as the Hound of Hades, is a multi-headed dog that guards the gates of the underworld to prevent the dead from leaving. He was offspring of monsters Echinda and Typhon, and was usually described as having 3 heads, a serpent for a tail, and snakes sprouting from his body. Cerberus is primarily known for his capture by Hercules, the last of Hercules' 12 labors.
Yes, so Cerberus is Abrahamic religion. There's a picture of Cerberus there. There we are. We have Christianity, we have Islam, and we have Judaism. And the reason why these religions are Cerberus is because they are Abrahamic. You can take that down and I'll explain. So Cerberus being a 3-headed dog, there are Islam, there are Christianity, and there are Judaism. The body of Cerberus is Abrahamic religion. And within Abrahamic religion, all three of those heads think that they are top dog. And so if you know the story of Cerberus, what you find is that Cerberus would guard the gates of hell. And if anybody tried to leave or even come in, Cerberus would attack them. And then what you understand about Cerberus in the Greek mythology is that if you leave Cerberus alone, Cerberus will actually attack itself because it believes, all three heads believe, that they are top dog. All three heads believe that they are the one that should be the one. And so what happens is they will go, no, and they nip at each other because they all thought, even though they had the same body, that they were the top dog. And so when you get to the Abrahamic religions, what I found is that you leave them all alone and they all kill themselves. They all attack themselves. If you look at what's going on in Palestine right now and Gaza and Israel right now, this is just Cerberus doing what Cerberus does. For years and years and years, Muslims versus Christians, Christians versus Muslim, Jews versus Muslim, Muslim versus Jew has been a war that has been fought for 1,400 years. This is Cerberus. That's all Cerberus knows. Cerberus only knows to attack itself.
But what I'm saying is, I've never seen a Cerberus religion ever go somewhere and be like, you know what, guys?
Don't worry about it. What?
We don't need the sword or nothing like that. Read this book, yeah? And you'll believe everything. You won't need to war us. You won't need to, we don't need to do, fam, I don't care what story anybody says. The north part of Africa was conquered by the sword, bro. It's not a debate.
Yeah, the Islamic Arabs done it.
It's not a debate, fam. Yeah?
The 642 AD, as a matter of fact. Look it up.
The Zulu lands and what other part, I'm not so educated on the south of Africa, but what I'll call for now, the Zulu lands, yeah?
And then West was conquered by the Christian, the European Christians.
European Christians, yeah? Look, the whole of Africa was, it's the only place in the world that you say the word colonialism.
Mm-hmm. You don't use it for any other part of the world. No. Generally.
America's just genocide.
Yeah.
Africa is colonialism.
Yeah.
They tried that thing in China and they managed to get Hong Kong.
Yeah. That was about
Thailand.
It. And then it came. Listen, we've got a caller though.
Yeah, sorry, caller. Salute for your patience.
All right. Sarah,
how you doing, bro?
Give me the opportunity to speak with you.
No problem.
What you say, and I agree with you on a lot of things. I definitely think we need more black communities, more black families, and I do agree with you on a lot of things. But on this issue of lumping all religion into one, I severely disagree, and I'll give you a few reasons why I disagree. If you look at history, there were Egypt Coptic Christians before colonialism. So there were Coptic Christians in Egypt, and there were Ethiopian Christians. So if you go to Ethiopia, they have black paintings of Jesus, black paintings of the disciples, the apostles. So Christianity existed in Africa before the Saharan slave trade and before the Europeans invaded Africa. That's the first thing I was going to say. Then the second thing is the Bible
I agree with you.
Are very different. The violence in the Bible was in the Old Testament, but there was a reason for it. The reason for it was because fire was coming down from heaven and these people could see signs. So when you could see signs, the punishment for disobedience was harsher, So for example, let's say fire came down from heaven and the fire was speaking to you and the fire told you to do certain things. If you disobeyed, then you knew this was Almighty God that was talking to you and you were fully choosing to disobey him. So the consequences had to be severe then. However, with the Salem witch trials, which happened in Europe, those were totally, by biblical standards, those were totally wrong because they didn't receive the same signs. It's not like fire came down from heaven. It's not like lightning came down from heaven. That's my second point. My third point is that there's actually historical evidence that supports the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. So there's people like Josephus Flavius, who was a Jewish writer, the Antiquities of the Jew. There's Suetonius.
That has been shown to be, that's actually shown to be a fake, but I'll let you go.
All right, apart from Josephus, there's Phlegon, there's Pliny the Younger, there's Suetonius.
So you know Josephus was a fake then?
If what I don't know if Josephus was a fake because he wrote a whole book.
Have you heard that it's a fake?
Antiquities of the Jews. Would the whole book be fake then? What about Pliny the Younger? What about Pliny the Younger?
My brother, let me ask you something. Yeah, you're saying there was a guy named Jesus in Africa.
What about Jesus? Who didn't believe in Christianity?
Let me speak. Sorry, brother. Speak.
So basically, my point is whether you agree with it or not, there were different writers, multiple writers from Rome, from Greece, who spoke about Jesus, who didn't believe in Christianity, who said that people were willing to die because they believed they saw him resurrect again. You know, and for the first 300 years of Christianity, Christians were being martyred and being killed for claiming that they had seen Jesus resurrect again. You know, so it's like, why would the Roman Empire go to such extent to try and quell a movement, to try and stop a movement? And these people were willing to, like, look at it, Sarah, yeah? Like Muslims, they're willing to die because they believe in their prophet, you know, but they've never seen their prophet. But these people, some of these people had seen Jesus, they saw him crucified. So why were they willing to die, claiming that they saw him alive again? You know, what would be the reason?
My brother, let me ask you something, please. Yeah. So Muslims have got it wrong and Christians have got it right.
Well, Muhammad was born 570 years after Jesus, and the people who wrote about Muhammad wrote about him to his death.
No disrespect, my brother. Yeah, but I just want to know, yes or no answer. Christians have got it right. Muslims have got it wrong.
What I would say is people should look at the evidence on both sides. Look at the historical evidence. Read the hadiths. Read the people who talk about Jesus. Then come to your own conclusion. It's not up to me to tell you who got it wrong or right. You got a brain for yourself. Read the different books and then figure out what way you want to follow. Regardless.
So do you think there was anything like? Because I like to get straight to the point, my bro. Yeah, like because when you're talking about Jesus, you got to start talking about magical things, and miracle comes from magical. Yeah,
see, so if a creator exists, then magic and miracles are not something that's irrational. Because if a creator exists in the first place, then he can do anything.
Okay, so where does Agun lie in this?
Oshun.
Where does Agun and Oshun lie in this?
Oh, so I'm Yoruba actually. Those are like sisters. So Ogun, Shango.
Yeah.
Olodumare.
Where do they lie in it? Are they just some suckers for Jesus? Like, and have you noticed the tones of their names? Ogun, yeah, and then suddenly we come with Jesus. Have you not noticed that? Like, where did this guy come out of? Yeah, where we just drop the names that we sound like it fits our soul. When we say Ogun, we sound strong, and then all of a sudden we go Jesus. Yeah, have you not noticed the toning?
Is the thing about truth, my brother. If I saw
this is segueing me into my next section, you know, though.
So I think it's not truth.
Evidence, I would believe in them.
So Jinami is not truth.
I'm saying if I saw the evidence for them, the historical evidence, people writing about it, or like
brother, Ogun, yeah, is thousands upon thousands of years old, named by many different names.
But what's the evidence for that?
What's the evidence for that? How old are black people?
But how do you prove? How do you?
My guy. How old are black people?
Wait. We are about to, my brother. We are about to show. We've just had a segment on black ignorance. Do you know what we're going to show now? Is black excellence. Okay. And the question that you asked is, where's the evidence? We're about to show you, my brother.
Okay, right. Before we do that,
we're about to show you.
Can we just take this last call?
We got who is this?
His name's Snapshots Reviews. Can we just
my brother? Sorry,
my brother. And thank you for your call. Just because we disagree doesn't mean we don't love. Yeah.
Thank you for
that's very true. Okay,
let's love family. Yeah.
Big up. All right. Who else?
One last call. Snapshots Reviews, and we're going to the next video. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna. How you doing, my bro?